Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing good. And now the news. So this one's gonna be long. We've got a juicer on our hands today. Lots of good stuff, and this one's gonna be quite long. So bear with me. As always, thank you for watching. Let's get into it. So new Mini GT pre-order. This one went live on March 2nd, which was my birthday, and this was a pretty good one. So we got a Subaru Impreza WRC 98 from 2000 Rally New Zealand. And then there's the Nissan LB-ER34 Super Silhouette Skyline in Sport Yellow. This is a new casting. This is the Mercedes-AMG G63 in dark blue metallic, so nice to get a G-Wagon finally. Then we have the Volkswagen ID Buzz. This is a Mizu Diecast collaboration model. Then we've got a BMW M4 CS in black sapphire. That one looks pretty good. And then last but not least, a Nissan Skyline Ken Murray Liberty Walk in a Nissan Racing 1975 concept livery. So pretty cool. And then here's the photos for all those, a little bit closer up. Everything looks pretty good here. I'm liking it. We also got another pre-order on March 16th. This was a little bit bigger. This one had 7 cars. Usually it's only 6, but we started off with the Nissan GT R32 LB Kaido Works Tokyo Auto Salon 2025. This is a new casting. I found out this little signature on the hood is actually Lando Norris's signature, so that is pretty cool. And then we have a new Rexy, is a Porsche 911 GT3R 992, number 77, and this was from 2025 IMSA Sebring, and this was the class winner. This one's really cool. This is the one that has the braces and stuff, so do like that. But then there's also going to be this Liberty Walk, a Barth 595. It says TY edition, so there's that. Really excited about this Range Rover. So it's a 1981 Camel Trophy Sumatra. Very, very cool. We have a Ford Mustang Dark Horse in Race Red. Can't remember if that's a new casting or not, or if there's already one on pre-order. There's a Nissan LB Super Silhouette 180SX in white. I think this is now the second color of that one. And then I know a lot of people have been wanting more of these, and it's finally on pre-order. Another one at least. BMW M Hybrid V8. This is the number 15 car from the 2024 Le Mans 24 Hours. So pretty cool. Out of this wave, I would definitely, if you want them, I would definitely recommend going ahead and just doing a pre-order for the Rexy and the BMW. Those will likely sell out fast. Those typically seem to be the ones that are scalped and price gouged. Maybe this new R32 right here as well. But yeah, just make sure if there's a model that seems popular, make sure you guys are pre-ordering. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Better to pay early and less than pay at the time of release for way more, in my opinion. So anyways, moving on. There's all the photos for them. Pause and take a look if you would like. They also did put out a pre-order for this one. So this is the BMW M4 GT3 Evo number 90. And it's, of course, the Fist one from 2025 China GT. And I believe this one does come with a trophy as well. So there is that. These actually just got posted as I was getting the video ready for tonight. So these just went live today. And of course, we have the James Bond Toyota 2000 GT convertible, which I believe was only made for the movie, which is very cool. And then, of course, the BMW Z3, the clown shoe convertible in that light blue. Very cool. Really like these. And then they also decided to do this box set for the Cool Car Show in China. So it's got both of them. Everything that I can see, these two are pretty much the same. So this blue one right here is going to be the same as this right here. So they just decided to do a box set. And then this one right here does have a couple minor differences with the one that was released at the last event where they released this one. I can't remember what event it was. Might have been Hobby Expo China, and then they had their vending machine. But this one's slightly different. It has a little bit different headlights, and then it also has a little bit different mirrors. And that's because both of these are the Evos. And I think they kind of messed up on the first release of this one. I think it was supposed to be an Evo, and it wasn't, because they're both from the same year, I believe. So yeah, kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know. They seem to just be rehashing a lot of exclusives lately, which brings me to this. This was first announced as, I believe this one was supposed to be a Hong Kong special release somewhere, and I think it was going to be limited to 300 units. they posted this, and then they went ahead and put it in this pre-order. It's the same Mini GT number, so it's going to be exactly the same. So this just ends up being a package variation, which I mean is fine for me. But yeah, kind of interesting. They're rehashing a lot of stuff. So speaking of rehashing, I believe this one's also rehashed. I will put a picture up on screen. This is very similar to the one that we have on pre-order. This is the BMW M4. And I think this is the M Performance version. But yeah, this was the exclusive for Diecast Con Madrid 2026. And it's in that Daytona Violet. And it looks very, very similar to the regular release. Of course, you do have the Madrid logo on the side. But I've heard that those are just decals that get put on. So yeah, I mean, it's got a cool blister. But this is kind of one of those ones where, again, it's really only cool to have if you were at the event to kind of commemorate it. So yeah, there's that one. Up next, we got a new pre-order from BBR. Again, this just went live as I was making the video. Some really nice stuff here. So we've got the Ferrari 599XX Evo in the like 24 number scheme. Very cool. And then we have two Ferrari Testarossas. The yellow one is a 1989 Ferrari Testarossa, and then the silver one is the Ferrari Testarossa Spider Pininfarina Gianni Agnelli. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know if the Pininfarina Gianni Agnelli is the silver color, or if the actual model name is the Testarossa Spider Pininfarina. Sorry, I'm butchering this. But anyways, either way, doesn't matter. They all look cool. These should all have brake detail. So yeah, there's new BBR pre-order. Up next, Kaido House, another new pre-order. So we've got the Kaido Star Police, number 275. Honda Civic EF Kaido Sports V1 is number 265. Then we've got the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Kaido Works. They're just never going to let this one die. This is the V2 Aero in HKS. And then we have a Nissan Skyline GTR R33 Black Kaido Cat. That's number 276. And this one, to me, looks like is themed after like a stock car or like a NASCAR. So kind of interesting. None of these are for me. But for you Kaido collectors, pretty good little mix here. They also did drop a limited edition. And I believe this one was for Japan in Osaka. Don't know what the details were about it, but it dropped, I believe. Obviously, this drop one was on March 8th, and then I think the second drop already happened. So this one's in like a chrome blue, but it's the Nissan Skyline GTR 34 Kaido Works Greddy Limited Edition Osaka debut. So there's that one. And these are photos from Diecast Con Madrid. So again, they had this Land Rover display diorama setup with the helicopter. Very cool. And then there really hasn't been too much new stuff that I've seen as far as these events and Mini DT. There hasn't really been a lot of new groundbreaking stuff. I mean, we had that Nuremberg event, and we're pretty much just seeing all the stuff we saw there. But here's the Kaido House. One thing I did want to point out is these containers in the background are very, very cool in my opinion. So there's the Maersk one. These are like the short containers too. So the regular gray Maersk. Then there's this rainbow Maersk Sealand one. This white and pink one container that looks all rusted out. That one's really cool. There's a DHL container right here. And then there's one more like blue one right here, and it also has that like rusted out, like very weathered effect, like it's been on a ship for the last 30 years. So these are kind of cool. I'm wondering if they're going to be selling these. I hope they do, because I do like them. But anyways, there's those, and then all the Kaido houses, of course. Some more James Bond stuff. Again, I believe we have seen all of this, but still cool. And then here's some Mini GTs from Madrid as well. Like I said, I think we've seen all of these. I don't really spot anything new. There's the Porsche diorama again with, again, just more stuff that we've seen before. So nothing really too exciting here. I mean, lots of exciting stuff, but nothing too crazy. So we can kind of go quick. And now, also, I think this is the first complete version of this Mini GT Datsun truck that we've seen so far. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, here's a couple more. Actually, I don't know if we've seen this green and white Blackfish Huracan yet. And I don't know if we've seen this Aston Martin yet as well. So there's those are. They look pretty good, though. And they also, I think we're getting into Oh yeah, I don't think I really added too many photos from the Cool Car Show because again, it was more of just like the same stuff. But here are photos of this event box set that they're doing. It looks like on the box, I guess I could have read the actual post, but it looks like that says limited edition 4,000 sets. Might be 5,000. It might be even be 6,000. But yeah, definitely lots of those. People are already asking like freaking $300 for these sets. No, thank you. I am done paying silly prices for this kind of stuff. But anyways, moving on. Tarmac Works. We got a pre-order announcement last month since the last video that we did. And this one includes 5 new Hobby 64 castings, 2 Liberty Walk, which they actually look pretty damn good. So there's the LB Super Silhouette Nissan Silvia S15 in that Athlete Colette livery. We got that one from Mini DT. I'm sure the Tarmac Works will be much more detailed though. And then also the LB Works Nissan GTR Type 2 in the ad van. So any of you that missed out on the old Mini GT R35 ad van, I definitely think this one is going to be one for you to pick up, and it looks really good. I even see a photo etched metal wing support, tire printing. It's stanced really nicely too. So, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be collecting too much Liberty Walk from any of these brands because let me tell you, a lot of these brands are now doing Liberty Walk since Mini DT ended their exclusivity deal with them. But yeah, Tarmac one should be pretty decent. There's also an RWB 993, the Furusato. So that one's pretty cool. We've got a Lancia Delta HF Integrale from the Acropolis Rally 1993. Love the Repsol livery on that one. And last but not least, Honda Civic Type R FK8. And this one I think is like a pseudo JPS livery, but this is another student driver collab. So pretty cool there. I really like the like crazy looking like LED headlights at the front of it. And then also there was an event in Las Vegas, the Diecast SuperCon. A couple of my friends went to that. I did not, but Tarmac Works had a couple models available there. So the this red Porsche right here was only available at the SuperCon. It did have a chrome chase car as well, special blister. Then you could only get this black Tarmac F40 at the Tarmac Works booth, and then I think they also sold this one at the Cool Car Show in China as well. So this one's not as exclusive as the Porsche, but yeah, that happened between March 11th and the 15th. And then, oh no, it was Diecast Con Madrid that they sold it at as well. So it was the Nevada event and the Madrid event. They sold those at. So there's those. We had another pre-order pretty recently. This is a Global 64 pre-order, and yeah. Quite a bit of stuff, 9 cars for this one. So there's the Urus Skyline ER34, finally getting some stuff from that Urus collaboration. And then we've got a Toyota GR Corolla wide body. I do kind of like the livery on that one. HKS Toyota GR86. I do kind of like that livery too. Koenigsegg Agera RS. Another addition to the J collection, which is kind of like their cheaper where they do cheaper line where they do like just stock JDM stuff. There's a Nissan Skyline GTR R34. It looks like Millennium Jade. Then down here we've got an Aston Martin DBS Superleggera in that British Racing Green. Ford Mustang GTD, I believe this is the first time we've seen this on pre-order from them. And they're doing this new thing with their Global 64s. And you now, no matter where you live, you can either choose the paper box or the blister packaging. So us in the US, we typically only get blister packaging, which, as you guys know, drives me nuts. I prefer the boxes. So now should be able to choose no matter which region you're in. So if you're in Asia and want to get the blisters, cool. If you're in the US and you want to get just the box versions, also cool. So I do like that they're doing that. There's the Schuko collaboration, Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7 lightweight in yellow. That one looks really cool. And then last but not least, the Porsche 928S safety car. Really, really like all the Recaro branding on that one. And the chase version for this one has the headlights up. So kind of like the way they're doing that. Also kind of don't like the way they're doing it because so far with all of these, they're just doing the headlights up with the chases. So I hope they do some that are like the opposite, where the regular has the headlights up and the chase has them down. Or maybe just stop doing chases because I don't think anybody cares about Tarmac Works chases. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Anyways, moving on. Here are some photos from Tarmac Works display at Diecast Con Madrid. So I think there's a good mix of stuff we've seen and haven't seen. I think we've seen most of the stuff here, but the dioramas are pretty cool. the Apple Store right there, the McDonald's. I'm pretty sure these are G-Fans dioramas. I don't think these are anything that Tarmac Works is going to offer, but they still look pretty cool. There's some Hobby 64 stuff right there. So yeah, like a good mix of new and old. Like this Ferrari's old. I think that Ferrari's old, as well as yeah these. So I know that Supra is really old. This one on the far left right here, I don't recall seeing that. Could be old, might not be. But it is kind of looking like everything right here has been released, so I could be wrong. But anyways, here's some Road 64 stuff. Again, I think we've gotten all of these. Yeah, I think we have. And then here's some more Hobby 64. And yeah, I think we've gotten all these. So nothing real new from them at Diecast Con Madrid. But yeah, they did have a pretty good little setup there. Moving on, this was at the Cool Car Show in China, so they showed off some Audi A4 Quattros. This silver one, I think, actually just released in Asia, so that one's going to be in pretty soon. I'm very excited for these. These are awesome. And then we also saw a few individual models. I don't think we've seen this GTR or this Porsche before, so these are kind of new. I think we have seen the Bentley before. In fact, this one might be on pre-order, but all of them look very, very nice indeed. I do like them. We've got some Nissan Skyline 2000 GTRs right here. These actually should be pretty nice. I don't have a stock version of this car yet, so I'll probably pick one of those up at some point. These are just Global 64 castings. They're bringing out the Toyota GR Yaris Rally 2, which is funny because they haven't even released any of the Yaris Rally 1s. So they're already moving on, and they haven't even released any yet. Speaking of which, here they are. Hopefully should be released soon. I know a lot of people have been like when he does like the live streams, every time I tune in there's people asking where are the Yaris Rally 1s, and he's like, oh, they're coming soon. I still don't think we've gotten any, so it's kind of funny that they're moving on to the Rally 2 version. So anyways, Porsche 911 GT3 RS 997.2. These look very nice actually. I do quite like them. Some more Urus stuff, the Nissan Skyline ER34. Pretty cool. Here's where the meat and potatoes is. So top left, Ford Capri Turbo Group 5. That is going to be super sick. This thing looks awesome. Then there's the LB Silhouette Works GT Mira. It looks like with Tarmac Works doing Liberty Walk stuff, it seems like if they don't have the licensing deal, they're just going to do it the way I don't like, where they only license the Liberty Walk, which... I mean, fair enough. It's technically not a Lamborghini anymore, especially with how crazy they changed the Mira. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of gets into a gray area for me. So hopefully Tarmac Works keeps their shit legit. But anyways, down here you can see that this LB Kaido Works Nissan R32 right here has Nissan in the name, so that'll be licensed. So I don't know. I wish Tarmac Works would just get Liberty or Lamborghini licensing to do this one. It's not like Lamborghini won't license Liberty Walk, but anyways, that's just my little rant about that. But some pretty nice castings overall. I know a lot of people have really been wanting this Mira, so Tarmac Works will have you covered. And then we got some Panda Mazda MX-5s right there. They look pretty good. I like the headlights up version, but the headlights look atrocious on this sample. It is just a 3D printed one, though. So anyways, well, actually, this one might be resin. Some RWBs, 993s. They look pretty good. Lots of crazy detail down in the exhaust, so they're totally revamping those. We have seen this before. Rocket Bunny Nissan Silvia S14. Pretty cool. Toyota Hilux GR Sport. I actually do really like that one. That one is pretty neat. Yeah, lots of detail in the back right there, it seems. So that'll be interesting. Aston Martin Vantage GT3. I don't know if they've announced this one before, but this is very cool. This is like the first initial like resin plastic sample of it. So these are going to be awesome to get in Hobby 64. Very excited for that. We got some Rocket Bunny Nissan S13s, I believe. Headlights up and headlights down version. Slightly different kits. One has a wing, one doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what all the differences are there, but pretty cool. Okay, moving on to Paris 64. New pre-order announcement from them. So we've got a couple roofs, the CTR and the CTR2. I like this yellow CTR2. I just don't really like Paris 64 that much. Their models never really look that great to me. Like the carbon fiber on this Civic, if you see a better photo of it, it's bad. And their wheels always just look real cheap too. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff. Porsche 911 Carrera RSR 3.0 in fuchsia. Porsche 911 GVT3 992.2. Toyota Land Cruiser LC76. Mitsubishi Galant VR4 from 1993 Indonesia Rally. And then a 1993 Toyota Hilux Roof of Africa Toyota dealer team. So pretty cool stuff. And then they also have this collaboration with blue and yellow diecast toys. I think I've already shown this before. I just can't remember. But these are the Toyota Tamara, the Hilux Champs. I believe this is just a regular pre-order. So if you want them, they'll be available. A few different colors for you to choose from. Up next, okay, so there was another one. Blue and yellow diecast toys collaboration. These are for the event, which is the Outdoor Fest in the Philippines, which already passed. It was on February 21st and 22nd. And yeah, there was an LC71 Sandy Tape, an LC79 Military Green, and a Fortuner Muddy version. And it's kind of weird. It says limited to 24 pieces per variant only. That's very limited for event models. I also don't think people are like going out of their way to get Para 64 event models or Para 64 in general. But anyways, just something I noticed. Moving on, Kyosho has a few new things. So they have this Mazda Roadster 35th anniversary. It says red. It looks purple to me, but I'm sure that's accurate. But I don't know if these are dealership exclusives or if these are actually just going to be regular releases. Not entirely sure, but they look pretty good regardless. And then they're also doing these 6 colors of them as well. Sorry for the horrible photo. That's what I had available to save and show you. But it says they'll be released on February 27th on the official Mazda online store in Japan, and then can also be ordered on Mazda dealers across Japan starting March 5th. So I'm thinking maybe all of these MX-5s are Japan dealership exclusives. Again, not really sure. Information's kind of vague on a lot of this stuff, but there they are. Kiloworks, new pre-order from them. So we've got 2 Mercedes-AMG GT Evo 2s. One of them is the Team GMR Bathurst 12-hour 2025, and then the other one is the presentation version. Hopefully they make their quality control a little bit better, because we just looked at one of these a few days ago, and it was a little rough. So, but anyways, the render photos for these look very nice, though, so no complaints there. Moving on, Spark, we do have a new pre-order from them. So we've got some Porsches. These are all 911 992s from 2025, and I think these are these are all from Macau, so do like them. I wonder how these the chrome gold and chrome silver is going to turn out, though. That's going to be kind of interesting to see. Not really impressed very much with Spark's new quality and like branding either. They're a little rough for the price. These are like $20, and they're like kind of mini GT quality, but worse, or mini GT level detail, but worse quality, I guess is the right way to put it. So anyways, new pre-order for them. There's also these 4 that they announced. So these are the Huracan Storado all-terrain capsule versions. There's the Terra, the Sabia, the Bosco, and the Neve. And Mini GT is also doing all 4 of these. I think Mini GT is going to do them all 4 in a box set. Personally, I'd just get the Mini GTs. I'd probably skip these. But they are pretty cool, though. I think we already showed the pre-order announcement for this a while back, but it is releasing soon, so there is that. Keep an eye out if you want them. And a couple event models from Spark. These were all for the GT show in China. So on the left-hand side, you have this 919 hybrid set. Actually, really cool. And I saw a better photo of it. I couldn't find it after, but I did see a better photo. And they've got tire printing, and they actually all look pretty damn good. They come on a big base. It looks like these ones are limited to 500 sets. And yeah, they're pretty cool. From Le Mans 2015, it has the winter car and a couple other ones. Very, very cool. And then they're also, for the event, doing this Porsche 911 RSR number 86 Gulf Racing from 2019 Le Mans. And this one does have tire printing, which is good. Comes in a blister. Blister's not ideal, especially because they don't give a box or anything. So, I mean, that's a little meh. But yeah, pretty cool event exclusives from Spark. Up next, Look Smart. 2 new models on pre-order from them. A couple Ferrari F1 cars from the Chinese Grand Prix 2026. Well, no, this one is the Chinese Grand Prix, and this one is the Australian Grand Prix. So There's that one. This one's Lewis Hamilton, and this one is Charles Leclerc. So there's that. New mini champs pre-orders. I keep seeing these pre-orders, but I never see these released. I think I've said it before. I think mini GT or okay, sorry. I think I almost said mini GT again. I only get 3 tries for my quarter, so let's get it right this time. Mini Champs is only selling stuff in China as of now. I have not seen anything get distributed to the US, at least not through like official channels in quite a while. So, but I do believe that you can order from CLDC globally. So if you want any of this stuff, check out their website. It'll all be on there. So yeah, 5 colors of the Porsche 911 992.2 Targa 4 GTS. So there's red, blue metallic, chalk, gray, and black for those. Then we've got these right here. So starting on the left side, it's the Porsche 911 GT3 RS 2002. And then there is a Porsche 911 GT3 RS 4.0 in 2011. Another one of those 4.0 2011s. Oh, I guess this is another one of the 2002 ones. Why didn't they line them up like next to each other? So there's 2 versions of each. These 2 at the top are the same, just different colors. These 2 are the same, different color. And it looks like, oh no, all 4 of these are the same, different color. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit more sense now. So nice colors, and the castings look pretty good in these photos, honestly. And then on the right-hand side, we've got, I believe these are all the same. So this is the Porsche 911 997.2 GT2 RS 2010 in a fair few different colorways. They all look pretty good, honestly. And then last but not least, there are these all the same? Did we see any of these on that one? No, these are all different. So I think these are more of the same GT2 RS from 2010. And yeah, some red ones and then some silver ones. I don't really know why these 2 silver ones are like grayed out, but yeah, I don't know. It's not like there's a lot of information on this page that I can read. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so there's all the mini champs. And then they also had an exhibit at the Cool Car Show. So lots of F1 stuff. I do actually really like this Rothmans one from 1994. That one's pretty cool. I like the old F1 stuff. I also like this Alan Prost one from 1985. But yeah, some pretty cool Formula One stuff. They're gonna have a McLaren pit stop crew set like Mini GT did. Also really like this Camel one from 1992 there. So lots of like modern and older rally from Mini Champs. So this one's Marlboro up here. So yeah, cool, pretty cool stuff. ATS is a brand I've been covering but haven't been collecting yet because I haven't really seen anything available for sale. Everything seems to be licensed by them, but they did announce this pre-order for the Aston Martin DB12. One in that green color and then one in white. They look pretty good. And then they also had some event models coming up for the GT show, which is also in China. And all 3 of these, the last ones on the next slide, are Initial D collabs. So yeah, you've got the Mazda RX-7 FC, the Mazda MX-5, and then last but not least, the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86. So there's all those. Moving on, Motor Helix. Quite a bit of stuff for Motor Helix as well. So here's a new pre-order announcement for 2 Subaru Impreza wagons, the WRX STI version 6. One of them's in blue with a carbon hood and gold wheels, or bronze wheels. And then one is red with black wheels. So pretty cool. I do want a blue one. I think the blue one is pretty cool. I might have to grab one. Pre-order for this RWB 993 Army Girl. I believe it does come with, yeah, it says includes 164 scale magnetic air-cooled engine. So that will come with it, I believe, which is actually pretty cool. Also a pre-order for this one. This one comes with the engine as well. This is the 993 Motozolo. And then they've got some Honda stuff. So we've got a Honda Integra Type R DC5 Mugen. And then I believe that's just the same car, just a little different wing. Different wing and different wheels. Wait, no, that's a different car. Oh, okay. I goofed. So this is the DC-5 and this is the DC-2. So two different generations. I don't know why I thought those were the same for a second. My eye just gravitated to that wing and not even like the front end. But yeah, so those two will be releasing, and then also a Mugen diorama garage. So that is pretty cool. And then they're also going to have two different RWB garages as well. So I do like that they're doing these little dioramas. They're pretty cool. Honda Civic Type R FL5 in Sonic Gray Pearl with custom wheels. That one's now on pre-order. This one I think released. At least I've seen it available for sale from China sellers, but it's the Army Girl, but it's like they're framed like um, I don't even know what you call this type of display, but it's like got all the parts and stuff, and it's like framed. I think it's got a glass front. Maybe it might be plastic, but it's actually pretty cool. And from what I've seen, retail price for this is only like it's like 35 to $40. If you like RWB and you like this type of display, I think it's pretty cool. But anyways, up next, they finally released the pre-order for the Nilus, but they're resin. They're resin. They're not die-cast. I'm so sad that they're not die-cast. I don't know. Their resin stuff's expensive, though. I'm going to wait and see if hopefully they do a pre-order for some of these and die-cast. If they have a little less detail, I'm okay with that. I don't like collecting resin in 164 scale. I have a little bit of 143 stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people have been very, very excited for these Nilu 27s, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the resin. But yeah, we'll see if they do them in die-cast. But anyways, the red one's limited to 299 pieces, and the black one 199 pieces. Which that may seem like very few. That's pretty normal for resin stuff. Resin's not as popular as die-cast, so they typically make few of them. I also think they're more expensive to make too. But yeah, there's those. They also announced this one. Now they said on their post that this one was exclusive to the Cool Car Show, but they also kind of worded it to make it sound like this was just the first release of it. I forgot to screenshot what they said. I'm usually pretty good about getting all the information I need. Yeah, so in their Instagram post, they said that that it's a show exclusive edition, which kind of makes me think that it'll be released later, but I'm also not sure. I hope it is because I do want this one. But yeah, there's a chance that this was strictly an event model, which is a little bit unfortunate. Next up, this Nissan Skyline is a collaboration with My64, and it is a Malaysia exclusive release. It's not an event model, but it is a regional exclusive, which pretty cool for the Malaysia collectors. Up next, new pre-order for, well, no, not a pre-order. This is an event model. So, Cool Car Show, another exclusive. This is the RWB 964, and it's the Silver Phoenix. I actually do like the theme on this one quite a bit, but yeah, event model for Cool Car Show China. Here's some photos from the Cool Car Show China. So we have seen this Liberty Walk stuff before, so I didn't really put all of it in. But yeah, no updates on these, but they do look pretty highly detailed. Just like, man, Liberty Walk fatigue is real. But here's a blurry overhead shot of like everything they had on display. Lots of cool stuff. I'm seeing more colors and more variations of the 787B right here. A whole line of them. So very excited. They're doing the green and white one, which is cool. I'm wondering what this like copper colored one right here is. Again, the picture is really blurry, but yeah, all kinds of really cool stuff. I see the Nilus over here. But with these Nilos being sitting in all the diecast, it makes me think that they're going to do diecast ones too. I don't see why they wouldn't. So we'll just have to see. But here's the other side of that table. Some really cool Alfa Romeos right here. The 8, is it the 8C or the 4C? I think it's the 8C. But yeah, everything looks pretty good. Lots of awesome stuff. They also did show off their GT40, which is one of the crazy detailed opening parts ones. Pagani Zonda R, I believe that's what that one is. And then a Civic right here. Koenigseggs looks like they are in their die-cast prototype state right now. Hopefully we see some updated ones soon with like a more complete product. But they do look really nice. And then here's a little bit better of a photo from down here on this side of the table. Again, these Alfa Romeos look really, really cool. So yeah, lots of cool stuff from Motor Helix. BMC had a couple new pre-orders. So these are the Toyota 11 101s, one in black, one in white. I believe these are just regular pre-orders. They're re-releasing this at Cool Car Show China, or they re-released it, should say, in past tense. I believe they sold this at a different event a little while back. They must not have sold them all, or they made plans to sell them at both events. But yeah, Honda Civic EG6 from 1993 for you, if you like it. It is a pretty cool livery. They also announced a pre-order for this. Again, I think this is a regular pre-order, but they've got an orange Toyota GR86, which in my opinion is the best stock color of it. I don't think this is completely accurate to it, but they did do a special edition for it, for the real GR86 in that color. And then they've got a Subaru BRZ. I like the duo theme. And I was wondering if they were going to come in like a combo set together, but it doesn't look like it because they both have separate like product codes. But yeah, pretty cool. And then they also had some stuff at the Cool Car Show. So here's their little setup right here. I didn't really see a full photo of the plaque that was behind this orange one, but whatever this is looks really cool. It kind of looks like a Nissan or a Datsun. Anyways, but some Toyota Hiaces over here as well look pretty good. Some BRZs. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. BMC makes a lot of really cool things. I just haven't really been able to get into them that much. I don't know why. But anyways, Suzuki Jimny 5-door. That one's pretty cool. Isuzu's. Again, pretty cool. Yeah, lots of cool stuff from them. There's those. There's the GR86 and BRZ. It looks like the colors are flopped on these. But yeah, there's some Honda Civics down here. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, there's those two 11101s that were on pre-order. So yeah, BMC for you. Ignition Model had a new pre-order. These are, of course, Nissan Skyline GTR Nismos. It says these are customized versions, but blue metallic, white metallic, yellow metallic, pretty cool. Our next CLDC release is going to be an event exclusive. Go figure. I think this is for the GT show in China. It was either the GT show or the Cool Car Show. But yeah, RWB from Ignition Model in the CLDC box with the magazine is an event exclusive. Kind of a shame. I probably would have got this one if it was just a regular one. But yeah, anyways, there's that. They also had some photos of some stuff. I believe this was the Cool Car Show. So I see some RE Amemia RX-7s right here, a Supra, RWB. Liberty Walk, of course. Everyone's making it now. To be fair, Ignition Model has made Liberty Walk in the past, so this isn't like a new bandwagon thing they're hopping on. So yeah, some Liberty Walk stuff. Top Secret right there. Just normal Ignition Model shenanigans. There's a couple more right there. Look pretty good. Up next, Tomica Limited Vintage. I need to start going faster because we've been recording for 37 minutes already. So, two colors of the Toyota Corona hardtop 1800 GT TR 1984. One is in wine and gray, and then one is in turquoise. Pretty cool. We've got a Subaru Impreza WRX STI patrol car in the Saitama Prefecture Police livery. Then we've got the blue truck is a Nissan Truck King Cab North American in Blue Mist. The white one is a Nissan Truck King Cab North American. I did not screenshot the correct photo. Anyways, that one's in white. Moving on. So this is the Saibu Keisatsu Machine X with Kaisuke Diamond from Movie Stars 03. I think that's probably like the show or the season. Yeah, don't know anything about this show. The car is pretty cool though. And then I believe this is also from the same thing. Yeah, Seibu Kaisatsu Safari 4-wheel drive with Kaisuke Diamond from Movie Stars 04. So there's that. Pretty cool looking. Kind of neat. We've got a dump truck. This is the Mitsubishi Fuso Canter dump truck road maintenance work car with figure. What a mouthful. Then we also have this sweet streeper, which is kind of cool. That's the Tokyo SW2Z2 road cleaning car. So there's that. We got a new bus, Isuzu Erga, in the Yasaka bus livery yellow version. Then we have the Toyota Coaster. Toyota Coaster. It's kind of like a beige color. And then not last but not least, I think there's one more. The M1078 gun truck. That one is pretty cool. And this one's called Desert Beige for the color. So yeah, that one's pretty neat. It looks pretty detailed, though. I bet those are expensive, though. I think there's a tank coming soon as well. And then last but not least, for Tomega Limited Vintage, we have the Lexus LFA in light blue. So this is another event model. This one's for Hobby Expo China, but it says first release. So I'm assuming that this one will be released later on after the event as well. So anyways, there's that. Moving on, Greenlight Premium had an event model for Diecast Con Madrid. Of course, Nissan Skyline GTR 34 Nismo in like this like electro-plated bluish purple chrome. So there's that. They also did have a little bit of a display. And now, I don't know if all this stuff is Greenlight Premium. I'm assuming that this page right here is Greenlight Premium. Again, they have still not released any regular Greenlight Premium models yet. I don't know what Greenlight's doing or what's taking so long. I believe these are being made by Motor Helix, but still, how have we not gotten a release yet? I think they've had Greenlight Premium announced and have been making event models for it for like a year. So yeah, anyways. And then there's also these right here. I don't think these are the premium ones, which I don't cover regular Greenlight or Auto World or any of that stuff on my channel because to me, they're not premium diecast. Like if it's not, I can't say mini DT level of quality, but you know what I mean, right? Regular Greenlight stuff is just not up to par for it's like Hot Wheels premium competitive stuff. But I don't think this stuff is the Greenlight Premium, and Greenlight Premium is the only stuff I'm covering, but I'm not exactly sure, so figured I'd include it anyways. Moving on. Holy moly. Hobby Japan. So this is the Lexus LM customized version 4-seater 500 horsepower rear wheel drive. That's a mouthful as well. So we've got Sonic Quartz, Graphite Black, Glass Flake, Sonic Titanium, and Sonic Agate. So 4 colors of that one. And then we also have 2 versions of the Toyota Corolla 11 AE86 3-door GT Apex 1983, and then that same thing, but the customized version. So I think the black one is the one with the black wheels is the customized, and then this one is the stock version. So those are both pretty cool. I like the red seats that are in that one. And this, I don't think this is an initial D collab. I think these are just regular releases. So there's that. Then we also have 2 Toyota MR2s, one in red and one in white. They are both the SW20 GTS 1996 versions. I don't know why this rear panel's up though. Maybe it opens. Maybe it's like an opening feature, I'm assuming. Anyways, moving on. Fiber Run, haven't really seen anything about them in a while. It seems like they lost their Pagani licensing after their first 2 Pagani releases. Luckily, they quit making them and they didn't just keep at it. But yeah, not sure what's happening with Fiber Run, but they did reveal this prototype sample of an Audi RS6 GT. So there we go, I guess. Moving on, Trends Hobby also announced a couple event models. These are both for the GT show. So one is the Absolute Racing Porsche 911 GT3R, the one from Bathurst. This livery is really, really cool, and I was excited for it. It's got the kangaroo crossing signs all over it, which kind of foreshadowed some unfortunate events at the race if you watched it. But yeah, so this one's in a blister packaging. Now, for this one, it says limited to 4,999 pieces, but that is just in this packaging. The only thing exclusive about this is the blister pack with this like holographic card. This will be a regular release, so there's no worries there. However, these 2 versions, oh crap, I didn't grab the right photo. Well, this is 2 different versions of the 918 Spider. One's in white and then one's in black, and then they have like the opposite type of like white and black accents. Both of these are exclusive to the GT show. I don't think they're releasing these colorways regularly, which is fine because I'm sure they'll do lots of 918s for us normal folk. But yeah, those are both pretty cool. Moving on, LCD models. These, I think all of the ones I'm about to show you are event exclusives, but I don't think all of them are. I think some of them are just like first releases. So this Lamborghini Revuelto right here, I believe is just a first or I think this one is actually exclusive to the event. So this was for the Cool Car Show. This one, I believe, is limited to 1,699 units at the show. And then we have this pink and purple Honda NSX, and this one is limited to 699 units. And this one is, I believe, also exclusive to the Cool Car Show. The information on these is kind of vague, but yeah, the black Lamborghini and then this pink NSX, I believe, are both event exclusives. They also announced these three. So obviously, it's the Pagani Zonda C12, the Koenigsegg CC850, and the Lamborghini Revuelto 20th anniversary. I believe these were also exclusive to the show. Maybe they're not first releases. The Pagani is limited to 1,299. The Koenigsegg limited to 1,299, and then 1,699 on the Lamborghini Revuelto. However, the Koenigsegg model was canceled before the show because we're not sure why, but we're assuming it's because they had Pagani on the box for it. Like, they had the Pagani logo on the box for this Koenigsegg. So I think they somehow didn't see it until last minute and then pulled it. So I don't know. I'm hoping they release this silver CC850 as a regular release because I'd like to have that one. But anyways, moving on. We did get some pretty cool photos of some new stuff. So this white and gold Wyra R Evo looks awesome. There's the Zonda R, couple Zonda R's right there. They look really good. Really blurry photos, I apologize, but we have seen most of this stuff already before. So there's the Koenigsegg's, the Lambos. Here's a little bit better photos here. So here's the event exclusive stuff right here, the C12 and the Revuelto. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Opening parts on this Koenigsegg right here. Yeah, lots of good stuff. I think might have seen all this stuff before. Can't remember. There's, yeah, I don't know. I know last big show they were at, they showed off a bunch of new colors for stuff, but I don't remember what exactly. There's some Land Rover Defender 90s. Yeah, cool stuff. Moving on, AR Box. This is the last brand we're covering. Don't worry, we're almost done. But I also saved the biggest portion for last. AR Box went crazy this past month. So as far as I know, this is a regular pre-order. This is the Brabus S850 Maybach in graphite gray. And then we also have the BMW Isetta with ski and trailer set in orange. This one's really neat. So there's that, regular pre-orders. The AR Box also did open up a flagship store in China, which I thought was pretty cool. And to commemorate that, they had some exclusive drops. So this one, I believe, is strictly exclusive to the flagship store. It's the Hong Ki Gyo Li. Hopefully, I know I didn't pronounce that right. But yeah, that one's exclusive to the store. Then they also had this Verde Silver Mercedes AMG on this right side. This was first, I think this one was released as a flagship store exclusive, but I think they're releasing it later on normally. Same thing with this one. I think this was a first release at the store, and it'll also be released regularly later. And I hope the same is for these. I can't remember. But yeah, two Porsche 911 GT3Rs from the 2025 GT World Cup Beijing. I really want this blue one because this is like a homage to the Rothmans Porsches. This one's, we've already got a release in this livery right here. But anyways, I hope these are released regularly later. I will keep you updated on these. They also did announce their big like Porsche collaboration with some awesome photos of their the 901 and then the modern 911. Super cool. They really know how to take like cool photos with cars and models. So yeah, really cool photos here. And yeah, there's going to be a ton of Porsche coming from AR Box, which I'm very excited for. Here was an event model for the Cool Car Show, Mercedes AMG G63, limited to 1,500 pieces. And I think there was like some special edition chase versions, but this was a collaboration with Tyson Yoshi, and it's called the Love You. I don't know why, but yeah, it's called the Love You. Looks pretty cool. I guess, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. So, BBR Models and AR Box are now collaborating. Not sure why, but it looks like they're going to be making some very high detail opening parts stuff. As you can see here, we've got a Ferrari LaFerrari. And yeah, BBR and AR box. That's pretty awesome. That's going to allow AR box to make some really nice Ferraris. I don't think this means anything with the partnership between them and Mini GT. I think that's still going to be a thing. Obviously, we just got a pre-order for it, but yeah, this is pretty exciting. This is that thing looks crazy with the opening doors and everything. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But anyways, up next, lots of cool photos from the Cool Car Show. So here's some RWBs. I think these are all 930s, just some different variations of it. There's a 993 right there. Looks pretty cool. Opening parts. Lots of BMW stuff, lots of Porsche stuff. So BMWs I think I did first. So there's the M4 GTS Evo. Very cool. And then also the BMW M Hybrid V8. So hopefully, I think Mini GT has the exclusive rights to IMSA stuff in 164, so hopefully we get some like WEC stuff from ARBox for this, because Mini GT has not been, they've been slacking on IMSA. But anyways, very cool right there. Also some more SUVs. So we've got the X5, different generations of it. So there's the G18, the E70, there's the F15. So very cool for SUV fans. And then also they are doing a bunch of 7 Series stuff. So they're doing a bunch of generations of the BMW 7 Series. So there's the G12, the E66, the E32. I love the E32. The G70, E21. So yeah, a bunch of 7 Series stuff, and then a bunch of 3 Series stuff as well. So there's some E36 M3s, some F80 M3s, some E92 M3s, some G80 M3s. Wait, aren't those M4s? No, I guess those are M3s, huh? So yeah, lots of M3s. Not sure with this one. It's very blurry. Looks cool though. There's the E92 M3s again. Did I show that picture twice? If I did, my bad. Yeah, really blurry photo, but there's kind of a group shot of all of those right there, and another group shot there. Very cool stuff from ARBox. Here's some Land Rovers that they're doing. Oh, some of these Land Rovers look so good. This one with the raft, Mini GT was actually going to make this one back in the day, but it got scrapped. So it looks like ARBox has us covered now. So that one's really cool. They've got this one right here, the Paul Smith version. Really, really neat. I like the different colored panels. And then a bunch of camel stuff. And they look really, really well detailed too. So I'm excited for some of this stuff. They've also got some Neos. They've got to cover some of the Chinese automakers as well, which I honestly don't really have any problems with. I kind of like this Firefly down here on the bottom right. I like the headlights. And then, of course, the Neo EP9. I love the Neo EP9 just because of Forza Horizon 5. But anyways, enough rambling. We're almost at an hour. So here's all their Pagani stuff. It looks like there's going to be a lot more 164 scale Paganis from ARBox. Those, of course, are being made by Motor Helix, all in the same factory. ARBox, Motor Helix, Greenlight Premium, I think LCD even. They're all made in the same factory. So that's why you see a lot of similar quality between those brands. And I'm not mad with it, because all those brands are making really nice stuff. So there's the Pagani Zonda Cinque, I think is how you pronounce it. Wait, that's spelt wrong, isn't it? That's a G instead of a Q. Yeah. But yeah, that one looks really cool. We got a Mazda Cosmo Sport. That one looks awesome. Really nicely detailed too. Got some Mercedes stuff right here. That AMG GTR looks awesome in green. Love that. There's a better photo of it. It looks really nicely detailed too. I'm excited for that. There's some like S-Class limousines. I guess they're called Pullmans. I didn't know that, but these are from 2002. Very, very cool. W220 is the chassis code for them. And then here's kind of an overhead shot of all the Porsche stuff. It's very blurry, but here's a little bit better photos. Lots of cool stuff. Old 911s. In fact, I think some of these... No, I think these are all 1964 911s. I don't think any of these are the 901s. But yeah, super cool. Loving the colors on them. And then some of the modern stuff as well. Looks very, very cool. So yeah, I think that was the last slide there. Lots of good stuff. Lots of very, very good stuff. I'm going to remain broke from Diecast. That is for sure. But anyways, been going for almost an hour. I'm not going to take up any more time. Let me know what you guys think. I apologize if I missed anything. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments.